attended two amazing meditation camps, and in between them I flew to Tapoban in Pokhara for 3 days, and then flew back, and so I would pick up the next meditation camp. And there are many things that I experienced. First of all, I noticed that the energy there is communion. It's the people in the residents, I would say by and large, the residents have moved from, just connecting with him to a communion with him. And how that manifests is that there is a totality of presence with him when they are just all through the commune. It's just it's really amazing, and it's very easy because that everywhere you feel Osho so strongly, and it becomes very easily to open very deeply to him and to move into communion with him in ways that perhaps you've never experienced before. And that happened for me, that I moved into bliss and ecstasy with him. And I thought, well, it will leave when I leave Tapoban, but it hasn't. Things started there, and now it's just deepening and deepening and deepening. And it was just, it was the most, except for taking sannyas, it was the most deepening experience with Osho that I've had in all the years that I've been with him. I'm in my 29th year. And I'm so deeply grateful. I am so deeply grateful to Arun and what he's doing in Nepal and all over the world. It's really very beautiful. And I know that it's a sacrifice for, the body and all of that. And I certainly acknowledge that. But I'm also certainly very grateful that Osho has you as his emissary. I think that's all.
Floor we were at, and you get lots of exercise there too. Climbing and breathing exercises. When we first got there, we were thinking, shouldn't they have oxygen stations along the way? I don't know. That would be a good business for Tapoban, an oxygen bar, halfway up. You can stop, get a hit, keep going. You never had to wonder when somebody got back to the room because you would just hear breathing. But it's like from where we were, I counted steps one day from the kitchen to our room. We were way at the top. And I think it was 256 steps or something. It's like the equivalent of climbing a 20-story building, stairs. And one day I realized I did that 2 times before 8 o'clock in the morning. Because I would go down, get coffee, go back up, go down. Oh, then I forgot the water, so I would go back down, get water, come back. It's like you try and really plan ahead. And they have a wonderful little Zorba restaurant, too, where you can go. But the food is great in the kitchen, but if you want a little diversion, you can go sit in the Zorba restaurant and watch buses go by with people riding on top and all in there. And yeah, and hanging on the side. It's really, the people are just so open. The ashramites, all the people that live there, but then also the people that just come for the retreats. I mean, the celebrations there are just incredible. Well, you saw some on the film. It's like, forget about inhibition. You just, everybody.
After the celebration, you make a pile.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Where the Wild Things Are, the pile that the monsters make and stuff? Like, during the last celebration like we did last night, that meditation, Joe and I just had a pile. You know, there were just piles of people. We were just in a pile. You don't even know how many people are there. You're just all in a pile. You know, and you just stay in that pile until they kick you out, you know. And during one initiation, one of the mediums, you know, she's a regular that comes there all the time, and she is sort of like me, but she really gets into laughing. And the sannyas that was taking initiations was this German girl. And so while the medium, you know, before Swami even got to touching the head, she's already starting to laugh uncontrollably. Well, then when the German girl gets the initiation, she also starts laughing. They both pass out, but they're laughing at the same time. And they laid there for, hours. We're all celebrating around them hours. Well, at one time, the Nepali girl got up, and by then her feet are under where Swami sits. She sat up at one time, and they're holding hands the whole time. This is like 3 hours, 4 hours. She sat up for a while. She never opened her eyes, and then back down. You know, they were just passed out there. We left about 1 in the morning. They were still there. We just covered them up and left them there. I have pictures, but they were just like completely in bliss for hours afterwards, and never left, you know, held onto hands that whole time, just laid out. There's just one thing happening like that after another. We made so many friends. I even met a relative of Buddha himself. I nicknamed him Buddha Boy. He's in the lineage. He's actually from Buddha's family. It's really nice, and all the boys were calling me mommy and loving on me, and of course I accepted it all. And the food is great. You never know I never knew they could do so many things with potato, like I said in the ashram one day.
Can you come here, please?
Oh, yeah. She was there with us, too.
Yeah, it was amazing to see so many people we knew. And yeah, I kind of got to know the ropes by both of you and also Pratiksha, and that was beautiful. And I'm sure I'll show the ropes to someone else. But yeah, I guess the first couple of days climbing the steps was really traumatic for my legs. So I get to the top and I'd be like this. And by that time I had done Kundalini twice, and I'm like, wow, the Kundalini energy is coming up my legs. But then I realized it was the stairs. But that's okay. But I went for 3 weeks of Mystic Rose, and then I went to Pokhara camp as well, which was totally amazing, totally beautiful, in the mountains, just majestic, and every time you looked at it, you saw a different scenery. And then came back for No Mind, which was awesome. And definitely would like to do the No Mind followed by the 21-day silent retreat. Hoping to do it this year, but maybe next year as well. I felt like I definitely needed the 21 days silent after No Mind, because I hopped on a plane 2 days after that, and it was a huge culture shock to come back to the U.S. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to buy another ticket and head back to Tapoban. And so it was really tough reintegrating back after being there for so long. But definitely, it's such a beautiful experience. My connection to Osho deepened tremendously. I can't even explain it. It was the whole benefit of the whole trip, and then connecting with people on a deeper level that I had known at the Dallas-Fort Worth Zorba Center is really beautiful as well. And of course, all the people there are beautiful, beautiful people, and Swami Arun's and Osho's energy were awesome. I highly recommend it.